This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just want to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Go to the end of the road. Still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Hello, welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I am Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, in hindsight, I feel like this is maybe not the earworm to give, because y'all are like, wait, what the fuck is happening? End of what road, bitch? Of what road? It's like, not the podcast, y'all. It's not ending. Okay, it's not ending. Don't be alarmed. Y'all, it's too much shit for me to talk about. I don't have enough minutes. I don't have enough guests. I don't have enough air. I don't have enough alcohol to not talk about stuff that's going on reality TV. I am formulating in my mind that I may be having a nice little solo episode to talk about the the booger sugar brown of it all, the broken promises of it all, Blueface, Krishan,
oh my god,
Cassie, and a partridge in a pear tree. I'm like, oh yeah, so that's coming. So that's on the horizon. It's gonna be a nice little episode because people are either being wildly obtuse or flat out lying. And I'm just sick of that. I'm like, so what y'all not? Girl, if y'all don't listen to Run It and leave us alone, I promise you, I will not walk in your house and cut off your radio. You do whatever the hell you want to do. Because if I can still listen to Al Green, if I can still watch Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I could watch, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, y'all find and listen to Run It or whatever 72 song CD he puts out. I promise you it's fine. I don't care. Because I kind of don't. Okay. It's like, do whatever you want, but please do not rewrite history because you want no one to say, I will fuck up your radio if you listen to that song again. I will not. But that is not why we're here. I said last week, my girl Selle was going to come back because we're going to talk about Life After the Altar, aka season 3 of Love is Blind. Love is not blind. Love is tacky, tired, and late. It's not blind. We can see it. It's just this group is wow. It's a lot of wow for me. And go ahead.
No, it's a lot of wow. It's a lot of audacity. Yeah.
Y'all could have kept this. Because what I wanted to see, we got maybe 3.5 minutes of. Girl, we do not care about Zenab and Cole because y'all don't care about Zenab and Cole. Because I'm sitting here like, I'm sorry. Why are y'all giving this man a pass? He's an ass.
He is the weaponized incompetence. Like I've said, if you follow me on social media, you know, that man is Tom Schwartz rebranded for Netflix.
Oh my God.
That's what he is.
He is Schwartz and Sandy.
Yeah.
He's both of them. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh God. I'm like,
he is Tom rebranded for Netflix. Oh, excuse me.
That's you. I'm sitting here like, y'all, the thing about it is what's really interesting that he had a whole lot for homeboys. Like, I can't believe you. It's like you wanted bro code. Why am I blanking on Alexis's husband's name?
Brendan.
I'm like, what is his name? And Brendan looks to you like, have you lost your damn mind?
I think it's the thing that's bothering me about people and like, oh, Brendan was so mean. Brendan was not so mean. I don't know what it is lately, but I'm very tired of being like, so and so was so mean when people were just like, just not so mean.
They had a boundary. I'm like, no, that's it.
I don't care to be friends with you. And the fact that Cole showed up and was in Alexa's stepmom's face like that after people told him stop, like, yo, chill, back up. He's still like, he does that whole like, he thinks life is an episode of Boy Meets Fucking World or something because he's like, oh my god, okay, yeah, I'm coming, but my god, bro, shut the fuck up. She is one just clearly not interested because the look on her face was like, ugh, your clothes are wrinkled, which they are.
It's like,
I want to know how everybody showed up to film their talking heads, their interviews with like presentable outfits on. And Cole literally looked like he overslept, picked up whatever was on the floor of that nasty ass apartment that we saw and just showed up.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same person who literally forgot to flush his toilet and left for like weeks. And I was like, this is the person, is this your king?
There were fruit flies in his apartment.
Ew.
There were like
what? So when y'all got, because I'm like, I think they'll make it their phones back in vacation. You could have texted somebody, hey man, can you go check on my apartment? Nobody. No. Okay.
No. Who travels with you? I do not always get to give my house the full clean down, like the full level 10 clean that I like to give it before I leave on a trip. But the basics are done. The laundry is done. Things are picked up off the floor. The bathroom is clean.
You make sure the toilet is flushed. Like, I'm like, I can't believe I'm like, oh, note to self. Everybody, when you're going away for a trip, make sure the trash is empty. There's no dishes in your sink. No trash on your floor. Make sure your toilet is flushed. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
He had dishes in his sink. Oh my god. Oh god.
Did they come kidnap you?
Literally.
Did they say, excuse me, yeah, you tried out, so leave tomorrow? I'm like, I feel like you got plenty of time. You know what? I can't.
I feel like you did too, but you don't care.
You don't. And so the whole SK, I'm like, wait a minute, we got another proposal. I'm like, this is just, girl, what the hell is this?
For SK to be cheating. For SK to be doing all that just to be cheating. Are we for real?
We seemingly are. I'm like, wait a minute, he reproposed, and your brother, who again also goes by two initials because apparently his name is so hard to pronounce, we can't say it. I'm like, we have Zeneb Bartise, aka Barstool.
And that's just a nickname.
And that, I'm like, I like Zeneb, but it's like, girl, you are way too fine to be like, literally, he is a cum stain. He is a girl. I wish the hell I would. I
so like, regular looking. But here's my thing about Zeneb. Because I will not lie. She made my ass itch for the most part of the season because I don't do well with passive aggressiveness. Like after they spent the night together in Mexico or wherever they were, right after the proposals they got out of the pods, and they had sex, and she I think he just rolled over and went to bed or something like that. She was like, oh my god, he didn't. I'm like, this is so could be so solved in one quick word.
A real conversation. I'm like, some people do not like to cuddle after fucking. They just don't.
Exactly. And I could you literally could have just said, so I know this is our first night together. I just thought we were gonna be doing a little bit more cuddling because that's what I like. And I try to think of it with both sides because it is very clear to me that Zainab has a lot of insecurities and
very much
maybe
so.
a little maybe a little anxiety and things like that. But like dragging some of the stuff out that she drug out, I was like, girl. And then with the food situation, the cutie situation, I was like, mama, that is what I would have been focused on.
Correct.
That is what I would have been focused on because look, everybody's can feel however they want to feel.
Again.
But the fact that Zainab nitpicked every single situation, I get it. Because when she came in that house and completely had to take over the cooking that he was supposed to be doing, I was like, this would piss me off. And he threw or shot that Nerf gun or whatever at her. I was like, that right there, that is where I would be pissed off.
I'm sorry, I'd be drawing the line.
Because the time to talk to me or mess with me is not when I get in the house right after work.
Please don't. It's like, if you don't get the hell out of my face.
And you were supposed to be doing this.
Correct. I'm like, that's the thing. She's like, I don't want to eat no light-skinned chicken. Give me the damn spatula. It's like, that's like, a shame.
You were supposed to be doing this. That I actually understood. I really did.
I do not. But it's like this unseasoned breast. Like, girl, my breasts are not unseasoned, so I ain't eating no unseasoned breast. What the hell is this? It's like, no, I'm doing this. Really, it's like,
no, seriously. I was like, Zainab, you have points. You really do.
You really do. Points are made, but it's like, girl, I don't care.
No, and Cole was told, even though no matter how long it took her to get to it, Cole was told about his behavior, his words, everything that he used. Like he was let know, but he thinks because in his mind, it's not that bad. What's the big deal?
It's like, what do you mean not bad?
Yeah, like he thinks, because the thing that pissed me off is the last time we saw Cole at that reunion, he was like crying, slinging snot at the at the reunion and saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way." But then we see him after the altar, sitting there at the bar with his two friends. His one looks like he is just trying so hard not to say a racial slur, and he's like, she's not fat, it's fruit's healthy for you. Well, first of all,
so why did you if it's healthy, why the fuck did you comment on it?
That's not how people who have complicated issues with food see things.
Hey, they don't.
It could be a salad, it could be anything. That's not how they see things. Like in the fact that you got a battery pack put in your back by the internet and came back to film with this attitude, boy, get the fuck out of here.
Because essentially, this is what we're looking at. I'm like, y'all only say that because Zainab is annoying. And it's like, is she annoying? Absolutely, honey. I agree with y'all.
And it's concerning the way she looked. Like, when she said, I have a male therapist because I want to she said like something along the lines of she has a male therapist because she wanted to see if she was the problem or run things by him from a male point of view. I said, that's your problem right there.
Girl, that's your problem.
Because a male therapist, I want the best therapist for me. I'm not seeking out a male one, no, I can tell you that.
Look here, I have two stipulations. They gotta be black and I gotta be female. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my personal therapist is a black female. My marriage therapist is a black man. He's very good though. I like him. We both like him. Okay. That's important. We both like
good.
Him. Yeah.
I kind of like this.
Because I was a little skeptical at first, but he's been great. But yeah, so like I was just like Zainab. The fact that she went into it with like, I want a man because I want a man to tell me what may or may not be wrong with me. Right. I was like, oh, girl. I was like, choices.
And this was a choice. I mean, you can choose, and like, yeah, it's a choice. Okay, if that's what you want to say.
Like that is something you need to phone a friend for, like a guy friend, and be like, does this sound right to you? And then when it comes to therapy, I don't, people have such like weird, weird. People go to therapy for their own reasons, but it's like, I didn't go to therapy to see what was wrong with me, what everybody else thought was wrong with me, and to like validate my feelings of what's not wrong with me. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing was weird. Maybe she misspoke. I don't know. It It was so weird.
Zenab is a very interesting character. And it's like, I don't even know what to say about her sometimes. Because I'm neither. Like, I just
yeah. Seriously.
Like, girl, I promise you, we don't hate you. But I think the problem is, I feel like if Zenab was more like, say, Nancy, I feel like she would have gotten a lot more support. Which is just very much like, yeah. I feel like, and only because if she wasn't so, because Nancy has her own faults, but I feel like if she was less passive aggressive, because I'm like, I picked up on that so quick. I'm like, right, what the hell are you talking to, ma'am?
Yes, same.
Like I picked it up and I was like, okay. So, I said that, oh, y'all could have kept these 3 episodes. Yeah, y'all could have kept 2.84% of this episode because I loved seeing the fact that Nancy said, get the fuck out of my face. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I'm like, thank you. Because that little man child with his top knot lost his fucking nine. You think that you are the catch. You sat here thinking that you are the catch. That is how you sit here.
When Bartiz said, Nancy just doesn't want to look like the stupid ex that keeps coming back to me, my mouth dropped. Because one, he's saying the quiet part out loud. But like, for if Nancy would have said that, like, I don't want to look like the stupid ex that keeps going back to him, fine. For Bartiz to say that,
okay, sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Lord Jesus. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, Bartiz.
For Bartiz to say that, I was like, "Are you okay? Okay, Bartiz." That's my thing about him. Like, it's one of those things. It's like, bro, you just cannot fucking help yourself. You just cannot fucking help yourself. And Bartiz is one of those men that thinks he is fine simply because he's mixed. And I'm just like,
he is definitely making that his personality.
Yeah, and I think he's like 5-6 years younger than me. So like, I know when I was coming up, Drake was like, I'm a Degrassi kid. So like, when Drake
wheelchair Jimmy,
yeah, when Drake came out, we all everybody in like my generation was like, Jimmy, and like he definitely got like popular during. I want to say Drake got popular like my senior year in high school, maybe, and Bartiz is a full 5 years younger than me. So he grew up with that like generation of kids. Well, technically we're still in the same generation, but like he grew up with that like class of kids that like, it was like, oh, like Drake is popular now and you look like you look like favor Drake. Him. You favor him. So that is why he like he makes my fucking skin crawl. He really does. I started watching that Perfect Match show and he legit goes, I'm Bartiz. I'm probably most known for saying I don't at the altar. I said, you think that's what? Okay.
You think
I said, okay. Okay. Whatever you tell yourself,
whatever you say, whatever helps you sleep at night.
I said, whatever yeah, that's not what you're most known for, but okay, sure.
That is most notably not. My girl.
Sure, buddy.
Sure, whatever you say, baby. Whatever you say.
I just can't even.
I was like, is he being serious?
He is so serious.
You think that's why you are known?
He's so serious. That's the thing that kills me.
I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, honey, what do you mean? It's like, you think that's why you're known?
Yep.
You're tiresome. He's so tiresome.
Like, exhausting.
It's like, sir.
Exhausting.
What? So I'm so glad that, because I swear he's trying to act like Nancy really is, she should be so lucky that you decided to say yes to her. I'm like, where are you getting this from?
I don't understand. Like, I really do not. And I know it's because like I am a person that when we break up, where I block you, I unfollow you. I don't need to, because it is now my time to heal. It's my time to heal. And I really am an out of sight, out of mind person. I don't feel the need to be friendly with exes right from the start. And I honestly, like, if my ex-boyfriend before my husband came to me and was like, can we be friends? The answer would be no, because I don't.
No,
it would be different for me also. Maybe if my husband and I broke up because of the origin of our relationship, which was we were friends. We were in the same friend group, Okay. However, there still would be some stipulations there. We're not going to be the same friends that we were before we got married.
True.
That would be blasphemy. I don't need to talk to my ex. I don't need to, like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like when people are like, I'm gonna be friends with my ex, like, we're totally fine. I feel like you're trying to prove something.
It's like, wait, why are we doing this?
I feel like you're trying to prove something, like you're better than the rest of us, and it's actually totally fucking fine to just be like, we'd be cordial, like, hey, how are you? Happy for you, and all your endeavors. But like, no, we're not going to be talking about shows like we used to. We're not going to be laughing. We're not going to be grabbing drinks. Like, no, we're just nothing. It's weird.
It's very fucking weird. It's like, this can't be your personality. He really sat in my face, or was playing in everybody else's face, making it seem like, oh man, there was no other, I could not say yes to her. I'm like,
no, it
didn't even dawn on you that she could have said no to your whack ass. It's like, you are whack.
And I'm also, this is my thing. When people are like, oh, I'm going to be friends with my ex, you're not thinking about like your future partner at all, because this
like, why is that man still in your life?
Yeah, this is another reason. I have like trauma from that, because my ex before my husband, that was like a huge thing in our relationship. His ex-girlfriend was always present. And he was like, she is always going to be in my life. And I was like, why? And I was like, okay, if she's always going to be in your life, I was like, then she wouldn't have a problem being friends with me. I said, but the thing is, she doesn't want to fucking talk to me. And she thinks that there's an issue. I said, she doesn't like me. I said, if you guys are friends, and then she's never met me, if you guys are friends and we're dating, and she doesn't want to be my friend, and you guys are exes, what does that tell you? It's like, well, I can't control her. No, but
no one said you could.
You can control the access. If this is the relationship you want to be in, but it gives that you want to be in a relationship with her. You two want to be in a relationship together.
Correct.
Like, I would literally, I spent so much time in therapy trying to unpack that, because it was such a fucking mind fuck. I really think if you're not going to be together, like in this, like Nancy, if you find somebody and you have to explain, oh, I still am friends with a guy who embarrassed me on national TV.
That part.
Okay.
This girl, it's like, Bartiz, did it ever occur to you that she looks fucking stupid for even entertaining you in any form or fashion?
He doesn't care.
He
does not care, because it makes him feel good that Nancy, somebody still admires him. Bartiz's thing with Nancy is that she does not see her worth. Nancy thinks that Bartiz is the attractive one. You could see when she, like, the entire time they were together, she was like, oh my God, I got him. Mama, you look better than him.
She is so fine. Like,
you look better than him.
What you're not going to do is act like she should be so lucky that you are paying attention to him. Girl,
if Bartiz were short,
this would not be an issue.
No. Like, you are the attractive one, Nancy, not him.
Not him at all.
And the fact that he is literally treating it, he's like, looks are important. Yes, they are, sir. So why does your hairline look like that? Oh, you're right. They are important. So why do you not have any hydration in your hair?
Okay.
If they're so fucking important.
It's so important.
Looks are important. Why don't you tell me what about you is super attractive, Bartiz? Tell me what you think it is, because I think I know what you're gonna say.
Let me guess. It's your.
I think I know what you say.
Conventionally attractive. I'm like, he's not an ugly man, yeah. But it's like, seriously, right. I would not want to. Would I mind fucking you? No. Would I want to talk to you? Absolutely not.
Oh my God. See, I could not fuck Bartiz. It's so funny. I just got done recording with Kendrick, and we were talking about Perfect Match, and there's this guy on there, Chase, who I didn't know before this Perfect Match show. He was on another Netflix show. And I said that he comes in and immediately goes to this white girl, and he's like, oh, you have such a nice ass. And I was like, And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It is. She did not have like, I mean, her ass is her ass. I think if that's your ass and you love it, I love it.
If you love it, if you like it, I love it. Go right
but
ahead.
I was like,
okay,
alrighty. Sure. And he was like, I was like, well, he's mixed. I said he doesn't like, as soon as he walked out, I said he doesn't like black women. It's so obvious. The same for Bartiz. I know you don't like black women.
Who is the guy? What show was he on?
I think Too Hot to, or no, the Mole or the Circle. I don't know. One of them shows.
I could not get into the Circle. I'm like,
he literally, him and the girl that he originally went to, they literally look like Patrick Mahomes and his wife.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's what they look like dead ass. And so, and I'm sure they think that's a compliment. It's not a diss. You know what I mean? It's just descriptive. But I was like,
just descriptive. It's not a diss. It's just descriptive.
I'm like, you don't like black women, and that's fine. But like, don't sit here. You don't like them because you think you're better than them.
At that part, like it's like you sitting there acting like Nancy should be so. I'm like Nancy. It's like she's the catch, bitch. It's like, I'm sorry. What do you bring to the table? And please do not say your face. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. No.
His face is fine. Like it's
not like, it's like, what else are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'd rather be a kept man with Nancy. I'm like, you kidding me? She want to make all the money. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'd be a house husband so quick. Y'all are crazy for not doing these things.
Yeah, I like when he kept saying the looks. I was just looking at him like
do we really want to have this conversation? I feel like you don't want us to have this conversation.
I don't think so either. And like, why do you think like Bartiz wears everything right on his sleeves? Like, why do you think that you and Raven should have made a good match? Why do you think that you and Raven were such a good match? Quickly, tell me. Why do you think? Like, and I feel like with Bartiz, what we weren't saying, because he was and SK is a demon, but
he's a demon.
Bartiz was so taken back that Raven wanted to be with SK. And this isn't like about looks, because obviously it's Love is Blind, right? But once he saw Raven and SK, well, he knew who SK was. Like he literally was having a hard time. I wonder why. I wonder why.
Way you thought, she would obviously pick me. Like she would never pick him. Like that's probably why all three of you were on Love is Blind, because y'all pickers are off. Y'all picked wrong every damn time.
And make no mistake, SK don't like black women either, since that we learned.
Okay. Like nobody in there, like both of y'all don't like black women. So no, for real.
After the interview with Raven and Nick Viall, I literally was like, so what you're telling me, Netflix, is that we essentially did have a cast of men that had no interest in black women.
Not a one.
No interest in black women. And make no mistake, as soon as that shit started coming out with SK, and I saw the girl, the lady,
it was like,
was running around.
I said, like, totally makes sense. Like
I said, oh, okay. All right.
Very much, yeah. Because I think part of the interview, I think they brought up, like, I think she mentioned that SK said that she wasn't his type. And she was like he usually isn't attracted to women like her, and she was like, what? And on one hand, you're like, it's because he likes white women, but then on the other hand, it's like, you, Raven, are sitting in this I am the prototype black girl that everybody likes. What do you mean?
Yep.
And I'm like, see, I don't think everybody peeped that. They're like, I know that's crazy. I'm like, it's really crazy. Someone who's the conventional and accepted black woman, or the prototype black, because I mean Bartiz did the same exact thing. Yeah. Where it's like, what do you mean you don't want me? I'm like, I should be. I'm like, so y'all didn't see it. Oh, okay.
And I agree with you 100%, Stephanie. Like literally, when she said that, my first thought, I was like, why do these men feel so comfortable telling these women like you're not my type? That's very weird. Because I have a long dating history before my husband. I don't think I was ever told, like, no dude. I had some really wildly disrespectful dudes. They never said anything like that to me. I said, is this a new thing that that people do, like what that, again, I'm not saying that they didn't feel it. They never told me that, because that's rude. Just like I had plenty of dudes that I definitely wasn't like feeling like that. I never said that to them. I never, right. You know what I mean? But if the second when she went on, like, and the reactions from Nick, his producer ladies that are back there commentating, whatever the fuck they do back there, I was like, the reaction from everybody almost, it gave, what? Everyone should like you because you represent everybody. And they don't, she doesn't.
She don't.
She's just mixed. She's just mixed black and white. There's more like, to life than black and white.
I'm like, yeah, but I was like, yeah, this is a lot. And I'm like, so full disclosure, I listened to the podcast episode, and I think I was listening on Spotify, and then I went to YouTube because I'm like, hold up, I don't know who the fuck is talking right now. I gotta see faces.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he is like, Nick Viall is literally just the guy, Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy. And so both of them, I'm like, okay. I don't listen to them often unless there's somebody on there that has something that I've been curious about.
Yeah, I liked it when Christine Quinn was on there, because I kind of like, I don't know what it is about the Ice Queen of selling Sunset. Yes, I can't remember. I'm like, selling Sunset. I had to think of which one it was. I don't know what it was about her. I'm like, she is a nasty ass. She was hell on wheels on this show. I'm like, I kind of like love her. I'm like, I don't know. Like, y'all, I was like, and I watched it behind it. You know, it's kind of like when you catch up to something, people are like, I can't fucking stand Christine. I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
Why I like her so much? Is my picker off? Should I be one of those blind? I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Those like respect your reality TV villains.
Hello, I'm like, I love a villain, because there's something about Chrishell that just like, girl, shut the hell up. It's like, shut up. You are so stupid. I swear, I morph into Nene Leakes every time she speaks.
You know, my thing with Chrishell is like the need to. Okay, so Chrishell, she went through like something very hard on the show. She found out her husband was like just filed for divorce. I
should not be laughing at this. I should not be laughing, because I was like, I'm a big This Is Us fan girl. I'm still watching the show. See how that works, y'all? See how that works, Chris Brown friends? Justin Hartley is an ass for what he did to her, but I ain't missed not one fucking episode of This Is Us. I can say both. He was an ass for what he did to Chrishell and got remarried up on her ass, and then would never barely film. But I ain't missed This.
And Chrishell is like his second or third. He's like on his third or fourth wife.
That's his third. I think it's his third, because he was married. He got with somebody. See, that's the thing. I watched the first season of Passions, and that was it. So I missed the whole Justin Hartley soap opera heartthrob thing, because I'm like, I watched Passion. Oh, I'm sorry. I watched one season, and they went from like, you know, Pinocchio and demons and angels and witches. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Well, Justin is definitely ran through. Like, I don't think there's any like denying that.
He is a blonde Carl Radke.
Yeah, I think that it is fair that like Chrishell suffers from like the fact that she got sympathy on pretty early on. Like, yeah, you experience something that is like the Jennifer Aniston effect, I call it, you know, with that, and people felt bad for her. But when the tables, like the thing about that shit is time moves on. So you're not going to stay in that. Yes, it is. We can feel bad for you, and we're like, damn, that sucked. But that doesn't mean you stay. Everything afterwards, that means you stay in the I'm right territory. You know what I mean? And that's what I think Chrishell suffers from, because I will never forget. I don't know. I don't have anything to back this up. I don't have anything to back this up.
I don't have anything to back this up.
But I was listening to Nina Parker on a podcast. I don't think it was hers. This is a couple years ago. But I was listening to her on a podcast, and somebody asked her about, like, you know, you have some famous friends. Does it ever interfere? Because she was still on E at the time with what you do and blah, blah. She said, I have had people get mad at me, and, you know, because of jokes that maybe my co-anchors have made. And she was like, one in particular, she goes, I wasn't even on the show the day that the joke was made, that they talked about her. I wasn't on there. And she was like, but the person's people were telling me that they were upset, and she goes, but I'm friendly with them. So I just said, hey, I wasn't on the show that day. I didn't have anything to do with it. Are you upset? And they said, no. I am, again, I have nothing to back this up. I'm like almost positive it was Chriselle. I'm almost positive it was Chriselle that was pissed off because I used my clues, right?
I'm about to say, come on, Blues Clues.
Chriselle and Nina had just been in like some pictures together, and it was semi recently that like whatever I don't know if it was Daily Pop or Nightly Pop or whatever, that Nina was on, that they did talk about Chriselle, but Nina was not on the show that day. So I was like, I'm like almost positive this is she's talking about Chriselle, and I was like, see, that's the thing. It is hard being on any type of platform. You do not control what comes out of people's mouths.
You don't.
Just because you're my friend doesn't mean that, somebody else is that it's hard. So I remembered that, and I was like, I'm pretty positive that's Chriselle. And that's what get on my nerves, because one thing about me, I'm a ride for Nina Parker. Right.
Okay.
So Parker. And I was just like, it chaps my ass. Chriselle is like, she just wants to be liked all the time.
And the part about it is she seems such a sweet person.
She does.
But also someone who craves the spotlight. It's very odd. I'm like, because she doesn't read mean. And even I'm saying this, it doesn't really read fake. It's just I just want to trip her. Like, I don't understand this. I'm like, she seems like
she's incapable of being the villain, and that's what I don't like. Or and the bad part villain, like being
like I see it coming out. Like, you could be Christine Quinn if you really, really wanted to. I feel like you could do it. You're acting like you can.
Yeah,
funny to your girl.
And it's like one of those things. Like, you're going to be on a platform. Not everybody is going to like you, unfortunately. Like. So you just have to go with it. Like, there's some, I'm not even on a fucking platform like her, but like my fucking TikToks have been blowing up, and I'm like, people are arguing and saying all types of shit in the comments. I'm like, well, you don't know me, so whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever.
You really know me for real.
I had to tell this girl today, I was like, you seem dead set on disagreeing, so okay. She was like, and sis. I am. And I was like, okay, you literally just, I was like, that's not a flex. You just sat here.
I mean, you're like, no, seriously. I mean, like, you seem really upset.
Like, I was like, you said something on my post. I said something back to you to disprove what you said. And then you just pulled something out of left field. And I said, you seem dead set on disagreeing.
How dare
so
you,
okay.
Like,
yeah. And I said, so okay. And I am. That's not a flex. You don't know me, but you want to fight with me right now. And it's like, it's like one of those things that like I'm having to learn quickly, because it's like, Giselle, like, people don't, sometimes they just don't want to. Like, they just don't want to like you.
Sometimes they just don't want to.
And that's okay. Okay. And that's what I'm going to be telling Chriselle. Like, that's okay, I don't know why
that made me laugh. Sometimes they just don't want to.
They don't. I've had to tell multiple people the past couple of days, like, I don't think you like the content I put out, and that's okay.
It really is.
But you do need to move on.
It's like, it's okay if you don't. I promise you. I am not upset if you don't like it. It's okay.
I'm gonna
keep making it. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can keep doing Summer House. I really don't. I can't. I cannot keep everybody on track with Carl and Lindsay, because, like, for example, the girl literally was like, Carl or Lindsay slept with people's boyfriends. I said, when did that happen?
Whose boyfriend did she sleep with? Please. And do not say Austin.
She goes, she woke up with her hand on Austin's dick.
Girl,
that was technically before.
Oh my God. It was like
the night of, I don't understand why we have to keep having this conversation about the dates. Lindsay and Carl told us that they started dating in October. That wedding was in September. That's it.
I'm so confused by this. It's like,
that's it. Period. If I tell you me and my husband got together in December, if you saw us out to eat in November, that doesn't mean that we was together.
It really doesn't. It's like, and the thing about it is, y'all doing this for Austin.
They're doing it for the simple fact that they don't like Lindsay. And I think that's what's bothering me the most.
Just say you don't like her, because I'm like, I need y'all to be more honest, because I'm like, y'all not being honest, and this is super weird. It's weird. Just say you don't like her.
Even the cast is starting to say it, because Maya, I felt embarrassed for her during that conversation with Lindsay.
I was like, I'm sorry, what do you want her to say? Like, I was like, I don't want to rehash it. Because you don't want her to have. That's the thing. You want to have a conversation. You want a monologue. You don't want a dialogue. You want a monologue. Exactly. And that's fine if you want it. Then that means open your book and talk to your journal. Or go bake me some cookies, bitch. It's and like, pick something.
You want the narrative that you pushed to be true. I said this last week after the first episode. Her and Kyle sitting there saying the vibes are off and it's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. I said, how is it their fault? Because Lindsay and Carl came into the house. They hugged everybody. They participated in every single conversation that y'all wanted them to participate in. Maya, you spoke to Carl. Carl and Lindsay spoke to each other. Kyle had a conversation with Lindsay and Carl, and then everybody went to bed. So at what point are the vibes there of being off their fault, or are the vibes off because you don't like that they're there?
Yeah.
And that is a you thing, not a them thing.
It's not. The thing about it is like, I'm sitting here like, all of y'all are friends, and this is how, like, the people who are talking about it, I'm like, this is what happens when I don't pay attention. It's literally giving me Potomac, where people have not been watching this since day one. It's like, you have not been watching this since season 1. The fact that people want to like act like this is all Lindsay, I'm like, girl, what the hell? Carl Radke is a hoe for the streets. He was passed around. That house was Melrose Place. Everybody had fucked Carl. I'm surprised Kyle hadn't fucked Carl.
You know what? Because people will say, like, with Summer House, they're like, oh, start at season 3 when Hannah and Paige show up. And you know what I realized? You can actually, you actually still can start at season 3. I don't recommend it, but you actually can start at season 3 when Hannah and Paige showed up and still get the gist, because we got like 5 seasons in between then and now to show you that Carl was a fucking dick still. He was a mess.
He was a mess. He was an asshole.
Asshole.
Remember that before the Sierra of it all, they had a Jules. If y'all remember, I think this was season 4. Who was a dick to Jules? Carl.
He was such a fucking asshole. They made that girl
asshole to her.
They owe her compensation. They were all so fucking mean to that girl.
And I thought I was losing I was like, why are y'all treating this girl like this? Because I wasn't tweeting about it or anything. And I was like, why are y'all treating the brown girl so weird?
It was hard to watch.
When it came up, I'm like, okay, so I'm not going crazy now. It's like, okay, so somebody else saw what I just saw. I'm like,
no, and you like that. The people that were the meanest to Jules were Carl and Amanda.
Correct.
The person, you know who had to tell them to watch it when it came to Jules was Lindsay.
Thank you.
Lindsay is the one that was like, yo, hold on. Because
why are you treating her like that?
Yes, it was Lindsay, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Nobody.
I'm like, and I said this, okay? Yes, I have seen Lindsay lose her shit multiple times over the minuscule things, but you also know who I've seen lose their shit? Paige and Lindsay have yelled at each other. Sierra threw the glass last year. Yeah. Danielle was yelling at Sierra when she threw the glass. Amanda broke all of her husband's belongings last year because he would not answer the phone and was out late at night, not just drinking. So we're clear.
12-page email and expected everybody to read it.
Thank you. Shit. Exactly. And I was just about to say, and Kyle once wrote a 12-page email, not a text message, not an email. Why? And for him to call Lindsay calculated, that 12-page email was nothing but calculated, sir.
Correct.
That was nothing but calculated. You could have called them on the phone. You could have texted them. No, an email sounded better. It sounded so ridiculous. It would have made reality TV gold, because why? We're talking about it right now. That's why you did it. Because you wanted to make sure that we were still talking about it. Everybody that goes on reality TV is calculated in some way, shape, or form. They all have in their mind what they want to see from themselves, what they want to portray, what they want to play out. Now, it doesn't always work out like that, but everybody who goes on reality TV is calculated. Like,
very much so.
Amanda gives off the, I just lay on the couch, I'm just here because Kyle. No, baby girl.
She's full of shit.
Let's be so fucking clear. Kyle repeatedly was treating you like a booty call.
He was.
You continued to come around. Why? I'm gonna go ahead and guess
have no idea
you wanted
why.
to be on the show.
Pretty much.
You cannot convince me otherwise.
The thing about it, this is what's wild, because y'all, we at some house. This is what's wild about Kyle, of all people talking about this whole thing with Lindsay. Now, when Hannah Banana was still on that fucking show, and you and Hannah Banana was arguing, whose side was Lindsay on?
Mm-hmm.
Whose side was she on? Because she damn sure wasn't on Hannah's side.
Nope, she wasn't.
When Paige had an issue with you, whose side was she on?
Yep.
Yours. She's always been on your side, because she's always said, me and Kyle are friends. Because y'all, the show, the inception, was your friend group. Kyle, Carl, Lindsay's roommate that she had full circle fucked up with that whole thing. I'm going to go ahead with business. And our employer, girl, you better go rent a goddamn office space and leave me the hell alone. The two workers twins, Steven, the messiest person that ever lived in that fucking summer house, and nobody ever clocked his ass. I'm like, no, wait a minute, hold up. Listen here, Bone Collector. Why the hell are y'all not checking Steven? Because he in every fucking
disgusting
thing. And he is in everything. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are y'all not mad at Steven? I was like,
disgusting.
When I tell you, I'm like, if y'all have just started season 3, go back to season 1 and 2 and watch Steven. And I'm like, I love a messy boot. He's a messy boot. But he never got clocked on it. And what he did to Carl was just very, very interesting to me. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of problematic, because you want that tall, hot ass white dude at the Pride Parade, but then you want him to turn down his pretty. I'm really trying to figure out how that was going to happen. It was like, it was not up for you to say, well, apparently he sucked some dick, or somebody sucked his dick. That is not your place.
That's not.
And you are out of line, of all people, Steven. It's like, that's not your place to say.
Yeah, it's really not. And the thing about it is, because I'm going to take it back to Hannah, because y'all,
Hannah Banana,
I don't like her.
No,
I really, really had a hard time with her, because I really have a hard time with like fake feminism and like, forced feminism. And I felt like that's what Hannah was portraying. I don't think that just because you're a woman, I'm automatically on your side. That's to me is what Hannah was giving. But Hannah outed them for using Adderall back in the day on a podcast. She said, she was asked, like, how do y'all keep going? And I'm not stupid. Okay. Like, I knew when it comes to like Summer House, Vanderpump Rules, those type of shows, I'm not dumb. Correct. Most of the people in Real Housewives of New York, not stupid. Okay. And Salt Lake City, for that matter. Like, I know that there are drugs involved.
Okay.
Y'all were so up in arms when Hannah revealed that some of y'all take Adderall. Here's the thing. Adderall is an ADHD drug. It's not meant for y'all to be continuing partying. So in a sense, you're misusing the drug. All right, do you all have a prescription Adderall? All of you? And you're not sharing it with anybody? Those are the questions posed. Kyle, you went on a tirade against your best friend that was disgusting while being drunk. You expect me, who's been watching you stay up until 4 and 5 a.m. for the past however many seasons,
season 1,
to believe that you've been staying up on Vibes and Loverboy?
Fuck out of my face. Like,
in espresso martinis?
And having whole fucking conversations with yourself in the kitchen, eating out the trash can like you're a fucking Oscar the Grouch. It's like, what the that is not just alcohol. He is not. It's not blackout. I'm like, girl, you want.
And the thing about alcohol is legal. Like, alcohol is legal. So it's like, okay, some people drink, some people. Cocaine is illegal. Correct. It's not ever going to be legal. So you mean to tell me that your best friend does cocaine and you don't do that? You just stay up really, really late by yourself. Alcohol is a depressant.
Correct.
it doesn't even matter how many Red Bulls you drink. You might give like it doesn't, that's not gonna, no. Be for fucking real. And like, while I do think that Carl should have submitted his time off properly, okay, yeah, I don't think that it's a reason for you to be sitting here saying any of the shit you're saying. That's really fucked up. I don't think people are grasping how fucked up it is, because
you sitting here saying that about him.
The reason they're not grasping how fucked up it is because Carl is with Lindsay, and that doesn't make any sense.
They're only saying that because of Lindsay. I'm like, they had at this point had not been dating that long.
No.
So where's this fucking coming from? I'm like, Kyle, I hear it. Hi, I work in okay, so I understand that. Then, sir, fucking fire him if that is the issue. If he is dragging ass the way that you're saying that he is, fucking fire him. You didn't. You like holding on to Carl because you like, I did him a favor. Sir, your business was based on marketing, not the fucking alcohol. If it was not for Amanda, your business would be over, and you don't want to have that conversation. I'm like, it is because y'all shit is cute. Ain't nobody walking around going, I love this drink. I love my Loverboy sweatshirt. That's what the fuck I love.
I was very confused for the longest time why Carl was going to all of the...
Correct. I had no idea he was part of the business. I thought it was good. It's like, he really is a really good friend. Why the fuck is he always here?
Well, I knew that he worked for them, and I knew that, but like, I'm not, this isn't my company. Okay, and Amanda was never there.
That part,
like, Amanda would be at the ones in New York where she literally just had to throw on her stuff. Yeah, she just had to throw on her Revolve outfit and go. But like, all right, I gotta go. I'm just saying. Just saying, like, that's all she had to do. But like, now you literally see her like traveling and shit like that. Like, y'all, that it's fair that he wanted to be compensated. He was going everywhere. One of those bigger accounts literally just said that she met Lindsay and Carl last year or whatever, right before they started filming. And her boyfriend, who doesn't watch the show at all, went with her, met them, and then they were watching it last night. And he goes, wait a minute, I thought that company was Carl's.
So the first episode, I kind of tilted my head when Carl said he is too busy to be out there being the face. This is your fucking company. Carl is, and then he said that Carl has a boss. I'm like, time out. Carl has a boss. There's somebody over top of him. Meanwhile, you are too busy to be the face of your company.
Yeah.
Busy?
Yeah.
If I gotta go hither and yon, and also like, we didn't know you were traveling. I'm sorry, y'all in an office space or y'all working virtually? If y'all are remote workers, it don't fucking matter what state I'm in.
No, it doesn't matter. And you know, it's the whole thing and the conversations between him and Maya. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt embarrassed, like secondhand embarrassment for her with that conversation with Lindsay, because like, as much as Paige wants to say like, oh, I don't have any part of it, I'm not arguing with Lindsay this year. No, you are just putting battery packs in people's backs like you continue to. I find it very ironic that the second Black girl now that Paige keeps trying to align herself with has approached Lindsay and gotten her face cracked. Okay, you put that battery pack in Sierra's back last year and, you know, said, go find your inner Italian and get in that bitch's face. You ended up into an argument with fucking Danielle. And I don't know if Paige is, I do know that Paige is terrified of being labeled a racist. I know
she is. Because when she brought Gabby in here, I was like,
she don't know that girl. Please be fucking. I was like,
first of all, I'm loving Gabby. Second of all, I believe you met her in an event 2 weeks before Summer House started. This is how I'm like, there's something about it that I'm just like, yeah, I don't believe you.
She's terrified of being labeled a racist.
It's like, ma'am, you didn't really like Sierra at first. Now all of a sudden she your bestie. Girl,
yeah, because she came in with Luke.
Play with somebody else. You were Hannah Banana's bestie. She came in with Luke. Y'all ain't really like her. Y'all kept it at arm's length. Like, oh no, we're just gonna be mad at Luke. Shut the hell up, Hannah. See, yeah, I'm getting mad all over again.
And Paige often puts her black friends anyways, on this show in positions that like could end up badly for them, like their image.
Yeah. Oh, and sidebar, when they re-showed the fight with Danielle and Sierra, I had never seen that angle. I'm like, oh shit, she really did lodge a whole glass at this woman's chest. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because it's like the way I had never seen it maybe slow down the way it was. So I was like, oh, it's just fine. Like, oh, well, shit. Okay, I have to see why Danielle had an issue.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of shook me a little bit because I had never seen that angle. And I went, no, she literally like looked like she threw a football. Like, this is fucking dodgeball. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, Danielle's better than me because we would have tore that house up.
I like, we
would have tore that house up. Okay,
that tea in the pool, they would be literally getting guts off. It would be blood all this. Like, we would be rumbling. There would have been
that brawl between Kyle, and Luke would have looked like child's play.
And it was just like, that's why I was like, people are like, oh my god, this is so bad. I'm like, have y'all seen these people?
Yeah, that shit would have looked like
that worker straight busted a whole watermelon like she's fucking Gallagher in that house.
God.
I was like, have y'all have not watched this show?
No, that brawl would have looked like child's play because like it is. So I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I you know how we feel about Sierra. Well, we're not gonna talk about it now.
I'm like, that's like every season. I'm like, clean slate.
Yeah.
Clean slate.
The fact that she was screaming and acting like that over Austin,
girl, and then it's still like after this, like you did all of this arguing with Lindsay over that, not even him, that,
and not only that, but then to fast forward it for Paige to say, "Why don't you just talk to Carl?" You were trying to get Lindsay activated so she sees them talking and she gets pissed. What if you're upset with how Lindsay spoke to you? Why are you going to talk to Carl?
That part. Because I'm sitting here like, this is how I know y'all probably came in season 3 or 4. We have seen her fucking activated. She literally, and it's like, I feel like she is also doing a little bit of the thing that Paige is doing. She's like, I don't want to seem like the white blonde lady yelling at the black girl.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
Like, and then she like, this is how you know Lindsay's in PR. She's like, well, I'm just going to sit here. Let's start over.
She doesn't. Look, every white woman in that house is scared of arguing with the black girl.
They are.
Paid, but I will say this. When the conversation started happening, and no one picks up on this, last year in the house that Maya and Sierra sat down, they had a conversation about race. Lindsay didn't start crying. Paige did. And I'm sorry.
Lindsay she was straight faced and said nothing.
Yeah. She just listened. Okay. Paige started crying. And I am a person that I have white friends, obviously. I know Paige's past. Like, Paige is a Stassi fan. She literally has said, is Stassi even still canceled to people? She got her ass, I don't want to say she even got her ass ate up a little bit. People let her know when she said that shit about Ray J. John Cart, what is his name? Ray J. John.
Yeah, well, I was like, girl, you are not the person to talk about this.
He's beautiful. He's a light skin.
I'm like, when I tell you, I'm like, I had no idea the Giggly Squad fandom pool was full of pee. Because I'm like,
I did.
Let me tell you about what happens on Facebook. See, this is
I did. I was in that Facebook group. I was in the original one. Yeah, I was in the original one.
And then because a break off group. I'm like,
yep. Yeah, I was in the original one and it was a mess. My friend liked them. See, here's the thing. I never was a big Hannah or Paige fan. But my friend really liked them. She was like, you should be in this group, blah, blah, blah. So she invited me to it. I went into it on Facebook. She gave me all the answers and I was in there and I was like, okay, there would be some tea sometimes, but then like you had to answer questions to get on it. And then when like shit started going down, like politically, it was a mess.
I can only imagine what the fuck happened in that group.
It was bad. And then when people were trying to be like, no, like can't talk about politics and stuff, and it was like, okay. And like, I will say this, not to sound like Trump. People from both sides were definitely like, it was bad. It was a real bad. But the outwardly conservative people in that group, there were racist things said. There were, and the gag is Paige's childhood best friend was the moderator of that group.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
I was like,
and she allowed all this stuff. And like, to a certain extent, like, here's the thing. It was like, you would talk about Summer House and somebody might say like, they wouldn't say anything super rude about Paige, but they were like, damn, why'd Paige do that? And you would get eaten up.
Really?
If you spoke against,
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. They were like kicking people out, like things like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Pee in the pool.
It was bad. It was real bad. And I just find it funny because like the group had a lot of people in it, but it does not get talked about at all. It does not get talked about at all. Lord. I definitely engaged in a few arguments that I like on there, that because there were some that it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Wow. Like, this is a mess. But I didn't give it too much energy because why?
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, because it's like, I used to be in like Potomac group on Facebook. I was like, yeah, let me get on that.
I would never.
It's like, I had to leave because people were being very. See, here's the deal. Okay, y'all. Some of these shows have not been on long enough for y'all to not go back. Now, I get it. Potomac is 7 seasons. I think this is winter. Like Summer House is 6th, 7th season, something like that.
On 8.
Oh, it's on 8. Okay, 8. So essentially, it's literally, you could binge the other season, so you really could see what the fuck we're talking about. Hence why I literally need to find my black below deck people, because me and Sandra would have to have a word. I'm like, Sandy Yawn is playing in y'all faces, and I'm like, this bitch fired 2 people. One of those people should have been gone because she wasn't doing her fucking job, and the other one got fired because she said Sandy, and not Captain Sandy. Bitch, shut up. That means, ma'am, if that's the case, you should have fired Fraser too. Fraser had no problem debating and talking about you to his thing. She was not talking to herself. That means you should have canned your chief stew, if that's what you want to do. You didn't do that because you knew Lee would have came and cussed your ass clean the fuck out. Now, why did you fire not only my deck stew and my second stew and my chief stew, and you were only here maybe a week and a half? It's like, girl, it's like, I'm like, Sandy is playing in y'all faces, and y'all hate black people so much that y'all don't see what the fuck is happening. I wish the hell you would fire. You are firing her because she didn't call you captain, because she actually is talking to her chief stew, and it's like, ma'am, if that is really your issue, when you heard what they were saying, you should have busted their ass the minute you heard it. It's like, hey, hi, I get it, life is hard, but you might want to be quiet if you're going to talk shit about me. That is how you nip that in the bud. But no, Sandy, you want to be passive aggressive and stupid. You get, like, literally, Hannah literally fucking could not stand you the minute you walked into that fucking boat. You won't fire a stew because she didn't call you. This is not about below deck, but what the entire fuck is wrong? Get Lee back on this boat, and the fact that he ain't coming back, that's it. Where's Captain Carey? Captain Carey's like, we're not doing this on this boat. This is some bullshit. We're not doing it. I'm like, why the new captain's more fun? Because get rid of Sandy. I don't even want to watch Below Deck Men. And I like the boat show. But Sandy was playing in my fucking face. I'm like, girl, what? What? That means Fraser should be fired too, Sandra. Fire him too. Because she wasn't talking to herself. She was actually doing her job. She wasn't talking to herself. That means you should have done it. But it's interesting. You only went after Alyssa, but you didn't say nothing about Fraser. Who was she talking to? Right.
Who was she talking to?
Raggedy ho. Okay, so back to Summer. I need people to stop giving Kyle Cook with a knee so much rope. Because the bad part about it is when people was going against you in the house, guess who wasn't going against you and double it down? Lindsay. She was never piling on. You know who was? Hannah, Paige, a little bit of Sierra, any other person that has got the Carl and Lindsay did not. They never dog piled on you. And you said, like, the thing about it is, Carl is literally sober. He is literally trying to get him like, so this is why when Maya was doing this thing about the weed, I'm like, we smoked before every time. That man is sober. What is wrong with you?
And people are saying, look, he was California sober. California sober. The thing about being sober is like, there's plenty of people that are California sober that are like, hey, actually, I need to like, that maybe this isn't the best for me. And that's, Maya is not a person in his life that he needs to tell that to immediately. That he needs to
met this man last year. What is wrong with
people acting like he needs to give Maya a certain type of friendship loyalty? It's very weird to me. It really is. And I said this before, and I'll continue to say it. As somebody in a relationship, let's take the sober out of it. Let's take the sober out of it. If I'm in a car with you and you are complaining that you had a bad day, you're upset about something, excuse me, and then you tell me, I'm going to text your boyfriend and we're going to go smoke.
Girl!
I'm going to be like, I'm sorry.
You are not, okay.
It doesn't matter if Lindsay doesn't smoke.
You're not Danielle.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not Danielle. But the thing about it is, like, Lindsay wouldn't have had no problem if Danielle was doing that because y'all have a friendship that predates Lindsay and Carl romantically. I mean, you do too, but it's like one summer, bitch.
Well, actually, I'm glad you brought up Danielle because I do want
the Maya of it all. I'm talking about
no, I know, but I'm glad you brought up Danielle in this sense because Danielle stood up, which I'm glad she did because she felt like she should. She felt like she should stand up in that moment. That's what she wanted to say.
Yeah.
What we don't know what the fallout is between Lindsay and Danielle yet. So for everybody that is like, oh, Lindsay is just all the way wrong because why are you falling out with Danielle after she's standing up for you? I'm gonna tell y'all this. That one thing don't have to do with the other.
It don't.
It does not have to do with the other. Danielle, what Kyle was saying about Carl was wrong.
Completely.
It was very fucked up.
Completely.
It was very fucked up, whether or not y'all want to admit that or not. It was fucked up. Danielle recognized that and she said, no. It's not like he was sitting there calling Carl and Lindsay boring or something mediocre.
He wasn't.
What he was saying was extremely fucked up. And Danielle was like, no. This is not okay.
Sit in my face after what you just said about him. He is my friend. You cannot sit with me. You can't sit with us. Do not come and sit in my. He's like, what? What I say?
And I can't stress this enough. It is very weird for someone to be talking and dogging on somebody who is getting sober while they are fucked up. Kyle,
you were drunk off your ass.
Kyle's wasted.
About him. He was like
wasted. So wasted that your wife, who was trying to ignore you because that's what suits her best,
correct,
got up and came over there and tried to like give you your nonverbal cues to calm down. Even though I'm pretty sure that goes against your post-it prenup. Because you promised you would control your fucking alcohol.
Post-it prenup. That's the show title. Post-it prenup.
Because like for Amanda to be like rolling her eyes and like no, baby. If that were Charlie, he would be kicked under the table. Actually, I literally would be like, get up right now.
Like, stop.
I would literally be like, get up right now.
You're his friend? Because it doesn't sound like you are.
I would have literally told my husband, get up right fucking now. And I would have taken those mic packs off and I would have taken them outside and I would have been like, you need to shut the fuck up right now.
Stop talking.
We are being filmed.
I have never, it's like.
And there is some stuff that you cannot come back from.
You cannot. I'm like, oh, we're good. I would literally be good on Kyle Cook. I've never seen him go. I'm like, I'm trying to think here. Like, I've never seen you go gutterball low like this with Luke, Hannah, with any, like, hell, not even with Paige, either of the Workers twins, with Steven, nobody else. but you're going really hard at Carl because the man who literally wants to be sober is like, maybe I shouldn't be the face, and he shouldn't be, of a liquor brand.
Yeah, it's a fair question
like,
too. I think it's a fair question to pose for yourself.
A lot of sense to me. I'm like, this man is literally stuck on, I'm getting sober, I'm not going to drink anymore. What the hell? I can't. I was like, he's not Dwayne Johnson. It's like, girl, shut up.
It's a fair question to pose, and it was one of those things where I was wondering when we were going to ask it. I saw somebody online say, like, I find it very weird that Kyle wants to be like, oh, I'm so supportive, da da da. They were like, why doesn't he create like an NA beer or something? And
why are you not doing a boozeless beer? Like,
I don't know what money it takes to, you know what I mean? I don't know what that would take. I don't know. But what I do know is that you need to be, I don't understand why you're shocked.
Like,
Kyle.
This man literally is like, I got to get sober, not because it's cute or a fad. He's like, I need to be better. I need to stop drinking.
And it's literally not only, I think people are missing that it's layered here too. It's not only that, like, he's like, okay, I'm trying to be sober. He's trying to be sober because he lost somebody close to him, his brother, due to
a drug overdose. I'm like, are y'all, it's like, Kyle, are you really his friend, or do you just like, in some way, even though, let's see, you cannot hold your liquor, you can black out, nobody don't know where the fuck you are, but still in some way you're not as bad as Carl, and you like having Carl around. Like, excuse me, I am not the worst person here. That is really Carl Radke. And it's like, so what happens when Carl leaves? I mean, he's gone. So it's like, okay, so now who is the embarrassment of the company?
Kyle is still the embarrassment of Kyle is the embarrassment of the company, because why are you 40 with a mullet and showing your dick at your fucking birthday party? You are the embarrassment of the company.
Like, sir, I get it. It's okay. Is it just me, or does it seem like it's super weird that the people who literally were the center of attention for, let's see, this is season 8, 4 of the last 4 seasons of this show, suddenly have an issue with Carl and Lindsay being the attention?
Yep.
If I gotta hear one more time about how much, like, Kyle has cheated on Amanda, hear her whiny ass voice about that boy with the E on the end of his name who literally cannot stop drinking, disappears, and cheats, is embarrassing, doesn't realize that you do not put loose tea in a fucking pool filter because you'll fuck up the pool, and now you gotta pay to get it done. Idiot. Why do we got to keep hearing about how y'all don't have, the sex is not all that great, his dick is not all that big, he only lasts 3.5 minutes. Look, I'm sorry, we would rather hear about more attractive people fucking, and it seems like they have good sex. Okay,
I really think that she does not want that man to touch her. And I'm really not trying to be rude, because I know that we're going to hear about, like, their trouble getting pregnant, which I can't believe they're trying to do that. Right?
Like, whatever. It didn't sound like she wanted to get pregnant. That's why I was like, I'm not ready for children. I'm like, how old, girl? You literally, she is the trust fund baby that Ashley think Candace is. That bitch do not even control none of her bills. She don't know how bills work. She don't know where the money come from. She don't know nothing. Her fucking dad at 30 years old is still controlling her fucking life. I was like, wait, stop. Wait, what?
That was one of the weirdest.
And it's like, and nobody said that Amanda is not a grown ass adult. Nobody held that against her. Not one damn person.
Well,
no one said, girl, you need to grow the fuck up.
She's white.
Like, exactly. Well, that's definitely true. But I'm talking about the Black Summer House fans. Y'all that shit out. Now, did you? But y'all want to give like, well, she got a point to little Miss Forehead, who I told y'all was a dummy about this.
Child, we've been going on. We've been going in on her for so long.
When they said LLC, I'm like, This is how you know she fucking stupid, because she signed up for that. I am not a real estate mogul. I am not a multimillionaire, but my spidey sense, like, now if I have millions of dollars and you're the mother of my two smallest children, not my only children, just the two smallest, you mean to tell me that he putting it in the LLC? Because that means if it's in the LLC, that's not community property, and he can control what the fuck he wants and how the I know that, and y'all don't. See, I'm like, what the fuck you mean? See, that man owns her.
Yeah.
That's it, baby. You had to give up to our mouth, Luke, because he didn't want your ass around. Meanwhile, he got at least 3 girlfriends, allegedly. I'm making up for 3.
Don't think that Ashley and Luke were real, but that's just me.
The thing, I'm sitting here like, and she's like, oh, I got hoes. And you're saying it without like breaking down crying. I swear, I'd be like, see, the thing about it is that notice, and we here's the thing. Everybody knows I'm a fan of Robin. I am. I'm not a La Robin. I feel like there's a bridge too far. I am in the Dixon district. I'm on contract. Okay. I'm sorry.
Your funniest thing that you said in your voice, no, was that today or yesterday? You said, Robin, shut up and stop embarrassing me.
Stop embarrassing me. I'm like, stop embarrassing me. Okay. It's like,
I said,
look,
because it's fair. Like, it was like, Robin. She didn't say
like,
much.
Robin, shut up.
That's the only thing
Robin,
she said.
Shut up.
That's the only thing she said. And people arguing like, no, she can say whatever she wants.
Say whatever the fuck you want, but baby, that was never on the table. Shut up.
Like, it wasn't a good look. Girl. Like, again, like I said about it, that is a choice of words if I ever heard any.
It's like, I'm sorry. No one's disagreeing with that. What we are disagreeing with is what this, like, wait a minute, Giselle, now former first lady, you sat here in front of my face with my 2 eyeballs, making it seem like that man did not care, and he literally gave the apology that Ray told him to. And I was like, first of all, it's like okay. I'm like, it's still as wild as hell for Ray, of all people, who said he is not going to apologize for Giselle by saying, you better like hurry up before your beauty fades. He said, you owe an apology. He said no, even though he flat out offended her, and he fucking knew it, and he did not apologize. So that's why I was like, that's wild coming from you, because you didn't apologize to yourself, and neither did Kern. So shut up. It's like, y'all are wild as hell. So I'm like sitting here like, Robin, that was never on the fucking table. But what, that whole thing when they had this never before seen footage, I'm like, so that's not totally on Giselle. That's on y'all. Did she edit this show? Does she edit this show? So it's like, but also Giselle, you acted like, because the thing about it is, you could have did what some of the Atlanta women do. Oh yeah, something happened and we worked it out on the back end. So I mean, we know it's coming, but you know, we're gonna get ourselves together, because isn't that what Marlo did? Oh yeah. Girl, I said some shit about you this season. I want to say I'm sorry.
Exactly. And that's the thing about the text. Well, okay, actually, I'm gonna take it back a step further, because like Giselle and Ashley were both pissing me off about this. Candace said Chris would be open to having a conversation after you and I talk, after Correct. I talk to y'all. Open said. To having a conversation is not he wants to talk to you
right now.
He said I would be open to it before the door was closed. No chance of it. Yeah, I would be open after you ladies resolve this within the group, because what he's saying is on camera on the show. He's saying his wife is the housewife. So once you say what you need to say, and you're at a point that you're more comfortable of what's going down in front of the cameras, then I will be more open to it. So that is open. And I don't care if Chris said, yeah, I want to talk to them. That doesn't mean that it has to happen when y'all want it to happen.
That part.
That's not what that means. I said I am open to having a conversation. And for everybody who's like, well, we're on camera. He didn't say that on camera.
He didn't say on camera.
He didn't say that on camera. He didn't say I'll be open to having a conversation on camera. He just said open to having a conversation.
Correct. It was like,
okay. And it's just one of those things. And that's what pissed me off with Ashley chasing him around that fucking party. Girl,
he does not owe you conversation.
I can see you producing. I can see you. Like, I saw the panic in her eyes, because she was like, this is the last party. We're done after this. We are done. I need to wrap this up. And that's what she went to do. Like, they are like, it pisses me off because like, wow, I have to stand up for this white man right now. But like, they what would you have had that man do? What would you have had that man do?
What was he supposed to do? That's the
you're
part that
running
I
up to him, Ashley.
To
if he backs away, if he's like, no, it looks like guilt.
Correct.
No matter the position y'all have put him in, looks like guilt.
Because it can't be both. See, this is the problem. Like Giselle, it'd be different if you just said the situation made me uncomfortable. But that's not what you did. You made it seem like he was literally, it seemed like he was doing more of an action.
Going out of his way.
So I'm like, the thing about it is like, does it look bad? Yes. This is why I'm like, Robin isn't necessarily wrong. She's right. It does look bad. However, that's not what the fuck we're talking about. You made it seem like this man came after you. So it'd be different if he just showed up at your door and you didn't know he was coming.
Exactly. And the conversation went, can I talk to you? Yeah, let's go to my room. Whether the glam team was in there or not, whatever. She said glam team's in there. And then he, according to Cal, he said, no, he knew I wasn't in there because he dapped me up before we left. Okay. Girl, but that's not you. She said, let's go to my room. I don't. Okay. And then when they got there, he said, do you want to leave this door open? Because I don't need any room or sign. She said, oh yeah. And then she said, I'm uncomfortable with this. I need you to leave. He said, okay. That's story.
It.
But then when Giselle got in front of the cameras with Robin and things like that, she was saying, I feel like Chris is a sneaky link. That's not Giselle. If you would have just fucking left it at, yes, that is the situation that happened. I wanted, like me, you and Taria talked about in the group chat. It literally, Giselle could have, I would still be looking at her sideways because you waited to bring it up on camera.
Correct.
But it would have been, hey, I just want to let you know because, like, the optics of that look really bad, blah, 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 boom, there. The sneaky link comments, the linking up with Sesame Street.
That's the part.
The XYZ, ABC. And then for Ashley to sit there, and this is the stupidest thing of the night, she said, in my opinion, because I don't give a fuck about her post-nup. I knew she was stupid when she signed it because she said back then, if you go back and watch, I don't care. I'll just sign it because I want to be back with my, i.e. she wanted to get her clothes out of her car, but whatever.
She wanted her mama out that Tent City show.
Exactly. She literally said, well, Giselle puts a little extra sauce on things sometimes. No. You can never, ever, ever put a little extra sauce on something when it comes to me and mine at all. But let me tell you something. At what point, when you are putting sauce on shit, does it become more about the sauce than the main dish?
Correct. Because it's like she added more seasoning. It's gotta be some gumbo that she gotta add seasoning to. Like
the thing about it is, to sound like you, when you add sauce, seasoning, anything to anything like that, you are essentially lying.
Correct.
As soon as you admit that, yeah, I added a little extra to it, a little extra that wasn't there.
Correct.
Because that wasn't there to begin with. You put it on. So you are admitting to lying. That is a lie.
Like, why, though?
It's serious because, like we said, this is how these incidences with sexual assault happen. It's like, okay, I was talking to him. He made me uncomfortable. Well, actually, I have a story about him. Well, actually, I have a story
about him. Like, actually, all of a sudden, everybody and their mama got a story about Chris.
Exactly. This had the potential to grow into something that like, what? Like, the fact that they're trying to take it so lacklusterly is what really, truly is like making my ass itch. Because that's not something to take lackluster. It's not. You did sit there, Giselle, and say, I heard he was touching so-and-so's booty.
Exactly. It's like y'all added all this stuff.
You said it with glee. You said it with glee. You didn't say it like, oh shit, we might have a problem.
You didn't. It's like y'all added stuff. And it was like, why are y'all saying it's like, wait a minute, who said that? I'm like, you and your buddy Forehead. Because y'all like, oh, that's right. That's what I heard. It's like, girl, what is... And then the bad part about, let me tell you something. You need to tell that Muppet face bitch that you be hanging out with that she's still sitting here. I'm like, and now her husband like, yeah, that's right. What the hell are you talking? Sir, you're her husband. Shut up. Also, ma'am, You are unfortunate looking. You are a butterface. Okay. You are not going to sit here and act like that. That is Candace Dillard Bassett. The songstress got something to worry about with you. Girl, shut up.
Again, I don't want to defend a man. Okay. I really don't. I don't want to defend a man.
Want to defend a man.
But this is crazy.
Completely.
Not to sound like Candy, but this is crazy. Okay. This is crazy.
This is girl. What is this, child? What is this, honey? Child, the ghetto.
I literally was like, y'all are trying to downplay what you did. Y'all are trying to downplay what you did because now you see the viewers' reactions.
Because it's like, you don't have a leg stand on, Stumpy. It's like, you can't, like, girl, where are y'all getting this from? It's like, it didn't even make any sense. And like, y'all just talking to talk. It's like, what are y'all talking about? Because you may seem like, child, y'all did less with the man who actually was
okay. Hello, because none of this done with Ashley's husband. None of it.
Y'all ain't do all this shit with him.
I do all the shit.
I was so irritated because like y'all didn't even give any like. Robin said, like, I'm sorry, I still laugh when Robin talks about hearing Michael say that he wanted to suck Juan's dick.
He sucked Juan's dick. I'm like,
Robin was like, I mean, I was drunk, but he did say that. And Ashley was getting so mad.
I mean, we can go back to season 1. They were really mad that Giselle was like, Michael just grabs like Andrew's ass, and y'all like, this is some fucking bullshit. I'm like, but was she lying though?
No, she wasn't.
But did she lie? Sound like Nicki Minaj. Did I lie?
She wasn't lying.
Was she lying? Because she damn sure wasn't.
She was not.
So it's like, y'all are so funny to me. It's like, what is happening? Y'all got me up here going, well, Giselle did say. I can't wait for the second part because here comes Jacqueline, and then that little bespeckled box. She's like Pandora's box. I'm like, now Mia,
Stephanie.
Like, I feel like I need her a longer name. Mia, I'm gonna say Moneta.
Amelia.
Let me tell you something. Amelia Bedelia. Please note that every fucking person on that fucking stage was laughing at your ass. Every single one of them. Every one of them, including Kern. They were laughing. It was a joke because girls like, yeah, these have like, somebody tap you on your lace front because these bitches ain't your friends. I'm sorry, I laughed at you, but I'm not your friend. I don't pretend to be your friend. They do.
I quite literally understood when Candace said on Watch What Happens Live, Mia had the worst reunion because we was laughing at her.
Exactly. She's like, who had it back? Mia. And it's like, girl, y'all laughed at that poor lady. And she was like, I'm just not going to talk about this. I'm like, yeah, because now they laughing at you in your face. And it's like, dear Wendy, let me tell you something. If some bitch, some raggedy oatmeal pie literally is renovating a rented property ass bitch, throw a drink on me. If we are at reunion, they're like, oh yeah, you said it. Yeah, I fucking said it. You're a fucking liar. Andrew, what's the next question? See how that worked? You don't get to talk nothing to me. Not one damn word. I'm like, yeah, I called your ass a liar. You are a liar. Liar, pants on fire. Oh wait, you don't have no pants on. Liar, dress on fire. How about that?
And you know how I feel about them bringing printed pieces of paper to the reunion. I want it to stop. I can't take it.
She's anymore. Like, please put your paper away.
It does not give what it used to give.
It
doesn't give what it used to give. So stop it. Okay. Send the screenshot to the producer that you plan on using so they could put it up on the screen and we can all read it. Okay.
Please do. Because
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
If your name is not Jennifer Aiden, please do not bring any props Because not only can she bring her props, she can bring her fucking mouth and knock y'all down like dominoes. Okay?
I don't want to see no more props. I don't want to see no more printed pieces of paper. Save the trees. I don't want to see it.
Unless y'all gonna get a coupon code, #housewives for Kinkos, please save it.
I don't want to see it. Okay.
Please leave us alone. Please. Pretty please with sugar on it.
Okay, I have to get going.
Well, y'all, so that means this the end, y'all. But tell everybody, I gotta go.
No, I'm going to attempt to do an open mic night, a stand-up.
Oh Lord, I cannot. Oh gosh, everybody know it's funny, but tell everybody where they can find you and the show.
My name is Selle. You can find my podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcast or Spotify at Who Asked Me Podcast. You can find me on Instagram at Who Asked Me Podcast is my Instagram name, and then over on the TikTok at Who Asked Selle, and Selle is SELLE.
Yeah, catch our TikToks because they are catching on fire. Okay.
Ugh, some of y'all just want to argue that day.
Or don't come to argue with her because she gonna hand you her ass. She's gonna hand you your ass. You're like, yeah, anyway, bitch, like what the fuck I said. Anyway, I said what I said and I ain't changing it. But y'all, this has been the Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back next week. Bye.
Bye.